You don't have to go searching for a reason to get up. The reason is already present. It never leaves. The reason is you. Your life isn't waiting on a perfect moment, a lucky break, or a pat on the back. It's waiting on you to take ownership of it. When the alarm rings, when the day looks heavy, when you feel that tug to roll over and hide, remember this: if you wake up and refuse to move, you've forgotten the truth. The mission is already inside you. Your work is to honor it. Plenty of people have talent. Plenty can talk a big game, but too many sit still and watch life pass. That's exactly where an edge is born. While others stall, you move. While they draft plans, you execute. Write your goals if you must. Give them form. But understand something. Life will hit you. It won't politely tap your shoulder. It will drive a fist into your mouth. In that moment, your reason, your why, must outweigh the punch. Your fuel must burn hotter than the impact. Think about the night Buster Douglas faced Mike Tyson. Douglas took a brutal shot and fell. No one had ever taken a hit like that from Tyson and stood again. The referee's count climbed. 8, 9, saved by the bell. The world exhaled. It's over. Tyson came out certain the end had arrived, certain he would finish things just like always. But the script changed. Not because the opponent was weaker, but because the one on the ropes decided to swing back. That's what many of you need to do right now. Life might have you pinned, breath short, mind frantic. But you are not done. You are not finished. If getting what you want were easy, everyone would already have it. Turn and fight. Use what you have. Refuse to surrender. The quickest way to drain your will is to obsess over what isn't happening yet. You stare at the gap and forget how far you've come. You count the misses and ignore the daily wins. That's how discouragement slithers in. Gratitude is your counterpunch. It doesn't ignore reality. It strengthens you to keep moving within it. Be thankful for another sunrise. Be thankful for breath, for lessons, for chances, for the opportunity to try again. Gratitude is not a weak smile. It's steel in your spine. Will some days be exhausting? Absolutely. Some days you will be knocked down, drained, and disappointed. Those days do not define you unless you decide they do. Every morning is a beginning, not a continuation of your worst moments. Treat each day like a fresh shot at life. Come out of your corner with fire. Be relentless. Tell the day what it will be, not the other way around. Step forward and say, I am going to win. Every excuse you feed yourself becomes a brick in a wall that keeps you from your life. Refuse to live behind that wall. Decide that excuses do not belong in your vocabulary. Do what you know you need to do, not what you feel like doing in a sleepy moment. Feelings are fickle. Standards are not. When you choose action over mood, you begin to manifest your greatness. The most important choice you'll ever make is to let go of who you are today for who you could become tomorrow. That requires sacrifice. It requires saying no to comfort so you can say yes to growth. Many people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because they lie down when they feel tired. Success demands your spine. It demands that you stand when standing hurts. Talk is cheap. Self-discipline is expensive and priceless. If you desire real results, become the person who honors a schedule, keeps promises, hits deadlines, and shows up with integrity. The easy path whispers to every one of us, just relax, just put it off, just let it slide. The easy path wants you soft in a hard world, but you confront yourself. You look in the mirror and declare, I am not going to keep postponing my life. I am not going to keep thinking small. I am not going to sabotage my own progress. You already know what improves your life. Do those things. Wake up early, move your body, eat food that fuels you, put your space in order, write your priorities, and then honor them. No, it is not easy. And no, nobody is going to carry you. This is your load to lift. This is your race to run. What do you do when no one is watching? What do you do on the days when your mind whispers, not today? Anyone can bring energy when everything feels electric, but destiny is decided by what you do when it doesn't. Those days choose your future. If you opt to be uncommon, prepare for misunderstanding. Expect critics, confusion, and even opposition. Let the ordinary label you weird if you must. That's the cost of being original. Build an inner core that doesn't crumble when others talk. And remember, one of the biggest limits on your income, your impact, and your life is caring too much about what people think. Shrink that concern. Expand your courage. Let the talkers talk. If they're watching you, you're already doing something right. While they comment, you work. While they predict, you improve. You keep your head down, you build, you climb. Eventually, the gap becomes obvious, not because you boasted, but because you built. They'll run out of lines to throw, and you'll still be moving.
Train your body, and you'll free your mind. Wake up, get after it, and stack small decisions that shape you into the person you promised yourself you'd be. That's the secret. Not one dramatic leap, but thousands of tiny moves done with intention. The difference between those who complain about losing and those who win is simple. Winners will do what it takes. They show up early and stay late. They absorb lessons, put them into action, and repeat. They don't stop when they're tired. They stop when the work is complete. Greatness doesn't require a cheerleader. It requires a gear inside you that clicks into relentless mode. No more waiting for someone to push you. No more begging for a reward. No more living off external validation. When the alarm goes off and your eyes ache, understand the trade you're making. 30 extra minutes of sleep could cost you a week of momentum. 2 hours could cost you a month. There are opportunities in every day that will not come twice. If you miss them, they go to someone who didn't. Out on the plain, a lion wakes up, and a gazelle wakes up. If you wake up and see yourself as the gazelle, you know you must outrun the slowest among you to survive. If you see yourself as the lion, you focus on the one who falls behind. The goal is not to be the fastest in the world, it's to ensure you are not at the back. Wherever you are professionally, make sure you're not trailing the pack. Wake with focus, hunt for progress, move like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. To build yourself, you must move from good intentions to good actions. Don't live in the land of planning to. Live in the land of done. No one will outwork me. Make that your standard. Be the hardest worker in the room. Don't miss your moment. You can be what you aim to be. At some point, you must be sick of being second. You don't have to be angry at the world, but you ought to play with urgency. Face your excuses. Call them out. The story that says you don't have time? It's false. The story that says you don't have support? False. The story that says you need more gear? False. Tired? Sore? Not feeling it? Those are signals to lean in, not exit signs. Stop saying you want it and then backing off when the sun comes up. It's showtime every day. Everyone can post a picture of a lion and say they're built different. Symbols are cheap. Work is not. When it's time to move, move. Life will throw challenges your way, and many of them will be designed to knock you off your feet. It won't be easy. It's not supposed to be. Everyone wants the trophy, but not everyone will train for it. You don't have to skip rest or recovery. You need both, but don't quit. Stay connected mentally, even in the slow hours. Most people give up because they didn't tie their goals to something that matters deeply. Tie yours tight.
Many people quit right before the finish. The pain gets loud and they back away. But if you can do the work on the days you don't feel like it, at the times you least want to, then your goals lose their power to frighten you and start to follow you. Stop telling yourself stories about why you can't. If you truly hate where you are, change it. If you're truly tired of being stuck, move. Complaining without action is surrender in disguise. You are not a victim of every storm. You are the captain of your ship. Sometimes problems land all at once. They pile up, like weights stacked too fast. It's easy to feel beaten when trouble compounds. There will be days your talent doesn't save you, and your confidence slips. You still have to deal with what is in front of you. Pain can slam you to the ground until you start believing you're done. You're not. Don't you dare quit. Get up every day and push forward, inch by inch. That's how mountains move. Isn't it time to become who you always knew you could be? Break the mold. When the morning is cold and your bed is warm, get up anyway. Commit to one day of full effort and see how you feel. You'll be surprised how alive discipline makes you feel. It's not about talking, it's about doing. Commit to one day, then another, and another. Build a line of days you're proud of. Introduce yourself to discomfort. You may have heard of the flea caught in a jar story. A tiny insect with a massive vertical leap gets placed under a lid. It jumps, smacks the lid, adapts, and learns to jump only as high as the limit allows. Then, even when the lid is removed, it still refuses to leap beyond the invisible boundary. Don't be that flea. Many of us have let our environment teach us to cap our potential. Lift your eyes. Test the ceiling. Jump higher. When the storm picks you, when the fight lands at your door uninvited, what will you do? You can surrender, or you can rise. The world is not made of soft sunshine and gentle rainbows. It can be harsh, blunt, and unforgiving. It will knock you down if you let it. And success is not measured by the punches you throw. It's measured by how many hits you can absorb and still take steps forward. That's how progress is made. If you know your value, go claim it. Expect to be hit along the way. Just don't spend your time pointing fingers. That's a coward's habit, and you are better than that. Bad things can happen to good people. Life can feel unfair, and some days are dark. It's okay to feel that darkness. It's okay to admit you're low, but it's not okay to let that darkness define you. You matter. You make a difference. Even with your mistakes and scars, there are people who would lose something irreplaceable if you weren't here. You matter. When you choose to be exceptional instead of average, people will talk. They will misunderstand you, label you, drag your name. True leaders are often called strange before they are called great. Grow a skin strong enough to withstand the laughter and the stones. Keep moving anyway. Validate yourself every morning. Tell yourself the truth. Life is a marathon, and this might be the hardest stretch. But you won't throw the towel. You won't step back. When it feels like no one believes in you, when it seems lonely and heavy, keep going and watch who you surround yourself with. If people in your orbit are standing still, pulling you backward, or poisoning your energy, it's time to create distance. Environment matters. Think of an oak seed planted in a tiny pot. It cannot grow into what it's destined to be because the container strangles its roots. The seed isn't broken, it's restricted. If your surroundings are too small for your dream, expand your space. Don't allow where you are to dictate what you become. You are an oak in waiting. We turn tragedy into triumph. That's our nature. Lions don't cry about the hunt, they prepare for it. They don't stare at the time, they focus on the target. If you are a true hunter, you keep going until the mission is done. You don't stop because the clock suggests you should. You stop when the work is finished. Are you going to allow a difficult moment to decide your mood and your movement? Or will you stand up, steady your breath, and move forward with courage? You've seen darkness. Don't run from it, own it. Walk into the challenge. Take one step, then another. Refuse to surrender. Look into the mirror and tell yourself the truth. You've let yourself down before. You've missed alarms, skipped work, held back effort. Admit it. Then change it. Take a little pain. Pain isn't a signal to flee, it's a sign you're pushing limits. On the other side of that pain is the growth you want. You thought the dream would be a glide into the sunset. Life asks tougher questions. How badly do you want this? Will you keep going when it hurts? You've come too far to quit now. You've invested too much to walk away empty. Don't cry for the pain, collect the reward. Use it, turn it, make it count.
Life will break you in different ways. Body, mind, heart, spirit. These wounds will leave marks. Those marks can tell a story of defeat, or they can become your medals. Decide. Look at the challenge in front of you and say, I can beat this. I will beat this. I must beat this. People I love are counting on me. My story isn't done.
There are victories that don't require degrees or big bank accounts or someone's permission. Some wins begin with a decision. I will get through this. When you say that, the fight starts. And that's good news. You now have a chance to show the world and yourself what you're made of. Sunlight is beautiful, but growth often happens after rain. Your greatest moments usually emerge from your greatest losses. It's in defeat that you find your way back up with a different fire. So don't retreat. Don't fold. Don't run because the odds say you're outnumbered. Stand by your values. Live and, if necessary, struggle by them. Let the world know what you represent. Fight through the disease, the academic wall, the divorce, the broken career, the failed attempt, the ring, the field. Fight through. Victory doesn't show up at the start. It introduces itself at the end of the battle. Real character is forged in time, pressure, and trouble. Growth is often planted in dirt. Sometimes you don't feel buried. You are being planted. Seeds look like they're under too much earth, but that's the way they're designed, to rise. You are not finished. If you're being planted, it means you're going to push through and come up stronger. This is not the ending. Stop running. Stop dodging. Stand in it. As you claw out of the low places, you will discover a different version of yourself. In the very act of standing, you become unbroken. Stress, worry, anxiety, fear, they come with the territory. But the battles that matter are not fought around you first. They're fought inside you. So stand tall, straighten your back, move forward. Encourage someone else just by the way you carry yourself. Let your posture send a message. I'm here to win. Life is not easy. You will be knocked down. You will be tested. But it's worth fighting for. It's worth believing in yourself. It's worth giving yourself a real chance. Keep moving forward, always. Champions are not made in the ring. They're recognized there. The becoming happens in the training. Early mornings, lonely practice, quiet discipline. Growth is born out of discomfort. The way a great competitor shows up on the biggest day is just an echo of how they showed up in the unseen hours. It doesn't matter how hard you fall. It doesn't matter who doubts you. One belief is enough. Your own. If you learn from a loss, it isn't failure, it's tuition. If you fall, land on your back so you can see the sky. Because if you can look up, you can get up. Take a little pain. On the far side of pain is the success you've been seeking.
If you shift your attitude, you'll change your altitude. Face your scars. Stare down your past. There are no shortcuts. The easy road ends up slower and more painful than the hard one. And don't lie to yourself. At the end of the day, when you look into your own eyes in the mirror, the truth shows up. 10 years from now, you will be living in a world you helped create. No one else can do your push-ups. Make your bed, then lie in it, and be proud of the person who made it. Confront yourself. Stop giving yourself a pass for things you'd never accept from anyone else. If someone shows up late and fails you, you're angry. When you do it to yourself, you shrug. Enough. Hold yourself to the line. Don't let yourself off the hook. You know you should be further than this. You know you're capable of more. Act like it. This year, draw a line in the sand. Be done with what's been holding you back. Become the kind of person who chooses change over comfort. Want the change more than you want the pizza, the cigarette, the scroll. That difference separates those who win from those who almost do. Everything shifts when you draw that line. Is your dream a hobby or a hunger? Do you dabble, or do you eat, sleep, and breathe it? 15 more minutes on the snooze button feels sweet in the moment, but if it cost you a day, that day might cost you 6 months or a year. Every day you stall, your goal drifts out. Any goal worth chasing requires an all-in effort. Every moment, every breath, every ounce of focus, direct it. What you do late at night matters. What you do early in the morning matters. What you do when friends are out having fun matters. What you do on Saturday and Sunday matters. The clock of success doesn't care about your calendar. It keeps moving. If you're working 8 hours and coasting the rest, don't be surprised by average results. Dedicate yourself fully. Nothing great grows in a comfort zone. Everything worthy will make you uncomfortable. Train your mind to welcome discomfort. When that inner voice tells you to quit, look it in the eye and reply, "I will break you before you break me. You can't defeat me. Not now. Not after everything I've endured. If you were going to break me, you should have done it years ago. I am unbreakable now." There will be setbacks, losses, injuries, heartbreaks, days where you want to disappear. Keep moving forward. If you control the enemy within, the enemies outside can't touch you. It's time to say enough. Enough of the old story that says you don't matter. Enough of the noise in your head that says you're weak. From this day on, you fight back. You do what you said you would do with strength and pride, because that's who you are. Let other people blame their parents, boss, or the system. You be the leader of your life. Choose the difficult path, the path of responsibility, hard work, and sacrifice. Choose the route of humility, ownership, and discipline that ultimately leads to freedom. Most people give up on themselves too quickly, but the human spirit is stubborn and strong. When your mind is made up, odds don't matter, numbers don't matter. The story you write matters. You are the author, you are the director, you set the scene. Sometimes you have to stand up inside yourself and say, "Quiet, I'm in charge." Hold on when everything tells you to let go. Endure the hunger, face the defeats, refuse to stop. That is a winner's quality, and you have it. Belief doesn't arrive because someone handed it to you. You build belief in the dark when no one is clapping. You build it by lacing up when you'd rather lie down, by taping your own wounds, by getting up early without a coach. That's how confidence forms, not from speeches, but from evidence you create with your hands and your time. Most people drift through life without discovering what they're truly good at. They have gifts, but they never develop them. Your gifts can carry you to places you cannot even imagine if you commit to shaping them, sharpening them, stretching them. And if you've been through more than most, you are still here. That says something about your resilience. Everyone, man, woman, boy, girl, will face a test that shakes their faith. When it hits, you can turn around and save your comfort, or you can go through the pain and collect the prize. The small group who keep going, no matter how rough it gets, are the ones who make it to the other side. You will have opposition. You will have voices outside and inside whispering that you can't. When you notice your thoughts spiraling negative, stop them mid-sentence. Catch yourself when others push your buttons. Affirm the truth. There is a way. There is always a way. You are worthy of good things. Practice believing that good things are supposed to happen for you, not because of entitlement, but because you're doing the work, living with intention, and carrying a winning mindset. How do you keep going? Remember, there are two sides of pain. One is suffering, heaviness, and discomfort. The other is grit, growth, and glory. Push through to the other side. Yes, it takes hard work. There is no magic trick, no secret hack. The culture loves to talk, but most won't put on their boots and do the boring reps. That's your advantage. Hard work works. Too many people disqualify themselves. They look at their past and say, "You don't know my addictions, my mistakes, my gaps." What if your greatest mistakes are the very things that qualify you to help someone else? What if your wounds become someone's roadmap?
Your dream is possible. Yes, it will involve disappointment, failure, and pain. But in pursuing it, you'll discover parts of yourself you've never met. When you feel like quitting, don't. When you think it's over, it isn't. When people tell you it's not for you, ask yourself, who are they to decide? Keep going. Be relentless. Stop running from obstacles. They are the bridge to your next level. You think difficulty is a wall. It's actually a doorway. Step through it. And through everything, make this your quiet creed. I will live by consistency. I will take ownership of my minutes, my mornings, my habits. I will honor my purpose daily with discipline and resilience. I will shape my mindset with truth and feed my grit with action. At some point, we all stare at a decision until it drains us. We pace, we overthink, we analyze until our energy is gone. Here's the truth. Not deciding is also a decision. It costs you time, momentum, and peace. Cut the head off that anxiety. Choose. Even if the choice isn't perfect, making it frees your mind to act and adjust. The game is not about perfect decisions. It's about decisive action followed by smart corrections. Everybody has a plan until life throws a punch. You can sketch your week in neat boxes and still get blindsided by the unexpected. That doesn't mean you're cursed. It means you're alive. The test isn't whether you can predict everything. The test is whether you can absorb the shock, think clearly, and keep moving with purpose. Your will is going to be tested. Life wants to know, how badly do you want what you say you want? Sometimes everything goes wrong at once. A deal falls through, the car won't start, a friend disappoints you, your body aches. Those days are designed to make you doubt your value. Don't fall for it. You matter. Even tired, even imperfect, even learning. The world would lose something specific if you weren't in it. Remember that when the noise in your head gets loud. Most people fold in those moments. You won't. Make the decision right now to be relentless. When others slow down, you tighten your laces. When they pause, you take the next step. When they negotiate with their goals, you double down on yours. Be intentional. Be deliberate. You won't wake up with a degree, a medal, a business, or a healthy body because you wished for it. You will earn it. That's not bad news. That's empowering news. It means the outcome is in your hands. Craft your routine like a craftsman shapes a blade, with patience, with care, with heat. Stop negotiating the price of success. Stop telling yourself the story that the workload is too heavy, the hours too long, the sacrifices too unfair. Successful people don't negotiate price. They evaluate worth. Is the dream worth the work? If yes, the negotiation ends. You pay the price and collect the payoff. You go all in, and your energy returns because you no longer waste it arguing with yourself. You have extraordinary capabilities. All of you do. The difference is not the gift, it's the decision to develop it. Are you willing to do the things that put you in a different category? To validate yourself every morning and say, this is a marathon and I'm running it? On the days you want to quit, that sentence will save you. Maybe you've had a moment where you measured yourself and came up short. Good. That means you're paying attention. Diamonds form under pressure. If you want easy, don't start. If you expect doors to swing open without effort, don't start. If 1,000 no's scare you, don't start. But if no lights a fire in you, if it makes you sharper, tougher, hungrier, then every rejection becomes a mile marker, not a dead end. You're one yes away. Keep knocking. Changing your life is hard. You will doubt yourself. People will laugh. You will stumble. Guts are required. No guts, no glory. Pain has two faces. One is suffering, the kind that makes you want to stop. The other is glory, the kind you earn when you keep going. Most people turn around at the first sign of heat. They rationalize. This hurts, it must be wrong. The few keep going, and they find out that pain was the doorway, not the wall. And here's a twist most people miss. The pain doesn't control you. It's your subconscious patterns, the quiet habits you repeat that steer your life. If you can interrupt those patterns, you can reroute your future. Every dream gets tested. Pressure doesn't just squeeze you, it reveals you. It pushes what's inside you to the surface. Life is rough. It can destroy your spirit, or it can sculpt it. Draw the line. Enough is enough. I will not be pushed around by my old story. Focus on you. Sell yourself on your future every day. Tell yourself, here I go again. I've got what it takes. This is my day. Nothing outside of me decides my pace. If you're breathing, there is room to improve. If your heart beats, there is room to grow. We turn tragedy into triumph. That's our nature. Hunters don't count the hours, they count the targets. You don't stop when the clock says so. You stop when the job is done. Progress rarely looks like a movie montage. It looks like repetition. It looks like the same drill done better than yesterday. People expect a transformation after 3 days of clean eating, or a booming business after a handful of calls. Mastery doesn't bloom like that. Mastery is the art of doing what others find boring, again and again, with excellence. That's how you separate yourself, not with noise, but with consistent execution. Own your schedule. Own your standards. Build your day around actions that lead you where you want to go. Do it with discipline. Do it with consistency. When emotions try to steer, redirect the wheel with your plan. When doubt starts whispering, drown it out by doing the next right thing. Most people want a guarantee.
They want to know it will work before they commit. But there is no guarantee. There is only the work. The guarantee appears after you've paid the price. That's why all in matters. If you're half committed, you'll be half rewarded. When you go all in, your life starts to match your effort. You may be thinking about the trade-offs. Less leisure, fewer parties, early mornings, late nights. It's natural to feel that weight. But stop keeping a ledger of your sacrifices. That book only drains you. Replace it with a vision of the worth. Is the person you are becoming worth the cost? Is the life you are building worth what it takes? If the answer is yes, then your energy doubles. Decision settled. Now work. Let's talk about the gritty middle, the long stretch after the excitement fades and before the harvest shows. This is where most people fade because the results are not visible yet. Your mind will want proof. It will want to see the scale move, the money arrive, the call get returned. That's not how it works. Do not plant a seed and then dig it up every day to check if it's growing. Water it, light it, protect it. Trust the process. Give it time. Fear loves to present itself as wisdom. It will say, be realistic. It'll say, maybe this isn't for you. It'll wear a suit and carry a clipboard. Don't be fooled. Realism without courage is just a polished excuse. Make a bold decision and then back it up with quiet labor. Let results be your argument. You will be misunderstood. You'll be called obsessive, strange, intense. That's fine. When you move from average to exceptional, you expose other people's comfort. Some will try to pull you back so they can stay the same. Don't carry that weight. Build a core that doesn't sway with public opinion. If they laugh, keep building. If they scoff, keep building. Do not give people who aren't paying your bills and living your life the power to steer your ship. When you feel the urge to complain, convert that energy into a rep, a page, a call, a step. Talking about the mountain never moved one. Climb. Complaints have never built a future. Effort has. You've heard the phrase, trust the journey. Trust is not passive, it's a verb. It means you keep stepping even when you can't see over the next ridge. It means you keep your feet moving when the map looks confusing. It means you build a history with yourself so strong that you believe your own word. When you say you'll do something, you do it, even when you don't feel like it, especially then. There will be weeks when progress feels invisible. Measure differently. Measure your inputs, hours practiced, calls made, pages written, workouts finished. Stack those days. Inputs compound into outcomes. Be a scientist about your life. Experiment, track, adjust, improve, repeat.
Guard your environment fiercely. If your space is too small for your dream, mentally, emotionally, physically, expand it. Seek rooms that challenge you. Find people who are not impressed by your old stories, but are excited by your new standards. Build a circle that doesn't just clap for the highlight reel, but holds you to your habits. Remember the oak in the tiny pot. The seed wasn't broken, the container was. Remove limits. Give yourself room to root and rise. When the storm hits, and it will, choose your response. You can collapse and say, "Why me?" Or you can stand and say, "Try me." You can spend your energy describing the wave, or you can spend it learning to surf. Either way, the wave is coming. Choose the option that builds you. This is where leadership begins, with yourself. Leadership isn't a title, it's a decision. It's choosing the hard path when an easier one is available. It's taking responsibility for outcomes you could blame on someone else. It's acknowledging your mistakes without making them your identity. It's telling the truth even when the truth costs you. That kind of leadership creates freedom. If your inner voice tells you that you're behind, that you should be further, that it's too late, here's a reframe. You're right on time. You're here. You're reading. You're deciding. The only clock that matters is the one you control, the one that starts when you begin and stops when you quit. Don't give up your pen, your tempo, your timeline. One of the most powerful habits you can form is a daily meeting with the mirror. Look yourself in the eye and speak standards out loud. Today, I will show up on time. Today, I will keep my word. Today, I will do the hard thing first. Today, I will finish what I start. It sounds simple, but that ritual rewires your identity, and identity drives behavior. When you believe you are the kind of person who finishes, you will finish. Of course you'll stumble. Of course you'll miss. That's baked into the process. But stumbles don't define you. Responses do. Do you get back up? Do you learn? Do you adjust? If yes, you're winning, even before the scoreboard notices. When doubt creeps in, replace it with data. List 5 ways you've improved in the last 6 months. List 5 skills you've sharpened. 5 setbacks you've survived. Evidence builds belief. Belief fuels action. Action produces results. Results build more evidence. That loop is your engine. Make the invisible visible. Put your goals where you can see them. Put your plan where you can't ignore it. Put your shoes by the door. Put your guitar on a stand. Put your book on the desk. Reduce friction between you and the next action by even 1%, and you'll be shocked at the momentum you create.
There's a temptation to chase hacks, to skip the line. Resist it. There are no hacks that replace honest reps. Tools are helpful, tactics matter, but tools without sweat are toys. The good news? Most people won't do the work. That makes the field wide open for those who will. You will be tempted to compare. Don't. Comparison is corrosive. You're running a race with one lane.
yours. Let other people sprint or stroll. Let them cheer or jeer. Keep your eyes on your markers. Move at your pace. Own your progress. Build small wins into your day. Start by making your bed. Hydrate. Move your body. Do the hardest task first. Clean your workspace. Return the message. Each small victory is a brick. Stack enough, and you've built a fortress around your focus. Pay attention to your language. How you speak about your life becomes your life. Trade "I have to" for "I get to." Trade "I can't" for "I'm learning to." Trade "I'm overwhelmed" for "I'm prioritizing." That shift is not just semantics, it changes how your brain allocates energy. When you meet resistance, smile. That's the sign you're on the right road. No resistance means you're standing still. Friction means you're moving. Heat means you're being forged. Maybe you're working and no one notices. Perfect. That's where the real foundation gets poured, in quiet, in private, in the hours without applause. One day, the lights will come on, and people will call you an overnight success. You'll know the truth. You stacked nights. You stacked mornings. You kept your promise to yourself. Protect your recovery. Rest is not laziness, it's strategy. Rest doesn't mean quitting, it means refueling. Schedule it. Guard it. Return stronger. The difference between quitting and resting is intent. Quitting says, "I'm done." Rest says, "I'll be back better." Normalize hunger. Normalize going the extra mile. Normalize being early. Normalize practicing when nobody else is. Normalize reading the manual, learning the fundamentals, doing the basics. Basics done brilliantly beat flashy done halfway. Remember the lesson of the lid from earlier, the flea that learned to jump only as high as the limit allowed. Lids show up in life as labels. Too old, too young, too late, too much. Those are not facts, they're lids. Remove them. Jump higher. Rediscover your range. And when your mind whispers the old lies, no time, no help, no gear, too tired, too busy, answer with the truth you've earned. You have time for what you prioritize. You can help yourself. Your body is your first piece of equipment. Tired is a signal to manage your energy, not a reason to quit. Busy is a choice. So is focused. Once more, sharpen your edge. Keep your promises to yourself. Plan tomorrow before you go to bed. Do the hardest thing first each morning. Move your body daily, even for 10 minutes. Track one metric that matters and improve it by 1% each day. These are small levers that move big things. Pull them consistently and watch your life compound. If your past keeps trying to testify against you, let your present cross-examine it. Today's actions are stronger evidence than yesterday's mistakes. You are not what you did. You are what you repeatedly do now. You are closer than you think. Most people stop 3 feet from gold. They stop at the edge of a breakthrough because the pressure is highest there. That's the design. The test escalates right before the win to see if you're ready to carry it. Hold steady. Breathe. Push. The other side is real. When the voice inside says, "This is too much," reply, "This is building me." When it says, "I can't," reply, "I haven't yet." When it says, "This is unfair," reply, "This is preparing me." Language is a lever. Use it. There will be moments you feel alone. That's common on uncommon paths. Solitude can be a furnace that tempers your character. Learn to be your own coach, your own encourager, your own accountability. Train that inner voice to speak with clarity and strength. And when you do find allies, hold them close. Iron sharpens iron. Finally, remember this covenant with yourself. I will think long-term and act today. I will accept discomfort as the tuition for greatness. I will not blame others for what I can change. I will lead myself first. I will be patient with results and ruthless with effort. That is how you become the person you promised yourself you'd be. One decision, one action, one day at a time. There's a moment in every journey when you realize this isn't about luck. It's about leadership, self-leadership. It's about the person you become when nobody else is there to clap or correct. You learn to coach yourself through the fog. You learn to be the steady hand on your own shoulder. And that's when things change. Because the moment you lead yourself well, your world follows.
You don't need to solve every problem today. You need to act today. Move the needle. A single step taken now alters the map of tomorrow. Stack enough steps and you wake up in a different life. You'll still have days when everything misfires. Your plan looks flawless on paper and life knocks it sideways in 5 minutes. That's not a sign to surrender. That's a call to adapt. Pivot without drama. Adjust your aim. Recenter your breath. You are not at the mercy of chaos. You are learning to steer through it. When things break, you have two choices. Accept conditions as they are, or take responsibility to change them. Responsibility is not blame. It's power. It says, I got me here, and I can get me out. That sentence is a doorway. Walk through it. Many people carry a running tally of disappointments. The opportunity that didn't arrive, the person who didn't help, the outcome that didn't land. Stop carrying old ledgers. Close the book. Begin a new account that records only this: efforts made, lessons learned, progress gained. That ledger builds a future. You might be tempted to wait for motivation, to hope for a spark. Understand this. Motivation often follows motion. Start moving and the fire shows up. Sit still and you'll keep waiting. Make a pact with yourself. I will not wait for perfect conditions. I will begin and improve as I go. I will not argue with my goals. I will work them. I will not measure myself against anyone else's highlight reel. I will measure inputs I control. Run your day with a simple operating system. Identify the one hard thing that moves your life forward. Do it first. Guard a block of focused time. No distractions, no excuses. End the day by setting tomorrow's first action. String enough of those days together and your identity changes. You're no longer someone who hopes, you're someone who executes. That shift from wishful to intentional rearranges everything. Let's address fear. Fear will show up dressed like logic. It will say, be sensible, when it really means stay small. You don't have to be reckless, you must be brave. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's action in its presence. What you do while afraid is what builds you. Another truth, you don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your systems. Your life bends to your habits. Build patterns that carry you on days you don't feel like it. That's why the basics matter. Wake time, fuel, movement, priorities, focus, sleep. Do them with boring excellence. Invisible victories build visible ones.
You may meet people who don't understand your pace. They'll say you're too focused, too driven, too intense. Let them talk. You are not living for applause. You're living to honor your standard. The right people will find you at the right altitude. If you're surrounded by lids, labels, and limits, remove them. Too early, too late, not enough. Those aren't truths, they're cages. Step out. Expand your field of play. Get in rooms that stretch you. Learn from those who are ahead of you and share with those coming behind you. Be both student and servant. When you get knocked down, don't obsess over why you fell. Study how you'll rise. Ask, what did this teach me? What will I do differently tomorrow?
5 minutes of smart reflection can save you 5 months of repeating the same mistake. And when fatigue sets in, because it will, remember the difference between quitting and resting. Quitting is a decision to stop. Resting is a strategy to continue. Schedule recovery the way you schedule work. Treat your energy like a precious resource you manage, not a mystery you suffer. Your words are tools. Use them to build. Refuse to say, "I'm stuck." Say, "I'm learning." Refuse to say, "I never." Say, "Not yet." Refuse to say, "I can't." Say, "I will figure it out." Your language doesn't just describe your world, it directs it. A note on pace: some people sprint fast and fade. Others jog steady and finish. Your job is neither to impress nor to keep up. Your job is to finish your race with integrity. Speed matters less than trajectory. Keep pointing yourself toward the person you said you'd be. You'll be tempted to overcomplicate. Don't. Success is usually a handful of simple things done with ruthless consistency. Keep promises to yourself. Do the next right thing. Review, refine, repeat. Frustration often comes from expecting harvest in the planting season. Trust the lag. Inputs compound. Your job is to keep sowing, keep watering, keep weeding. The sun and time handle the rest. You may still carry a story from your past that tries to disqualify you. Bring it into the light. Ask, "Is this helping me?" If not, retire it. Replace it with the truth you are proving each day. You endure. You adapt. You grow. Your scars are not stains. They're signatures of survival. They're evidence of your resilience. If you feel behind, here's a way to catch up fast. Stop wasting the opportunities already in front of you. Do what you know you need to do, but have been avoiding. If you did that for 10 years, avoiding nothing essential, you wouldn't be twice as effective, you might be 20 times. Most of us have no idea how powerful our lives become when we eliminate avoidance.
Stand guard at the gates of your mind. Train it to serve you. When a thought arrives that doesn't match your future, challenge it. Replace it with one that does. You are not required to believe everything you think. You are required to curate what you dwell on. That is how you craft a winning mindset. Some days feel long and lonely. That's normal on an uncommon path. When solitude feels heavy, lighten it by creating small, undeniable wins. Make your bed. Get sunlight. Complete a 10-minute movement session. Do the hard thing first. Send the message you're avoiding. These are not trivial, they're traction. They remind your brain, I'm a person who moves. Momentum is a decision reinforced by action. Let's talk about pressure. You asked for growth. Growth demands pressure. Diamonds form that way. Not all pressure is a sign you're doing something wrong. Often it's proof you're doing something right. Learn to breathe inside it. Use it to sharpen your focus. Pressure can crush you or carve you. Your response chooses. There will be people who dismiss your effort as obsession. Let them. Weak comfort wants company. It will invite you to sit down, to slow down, to fit in. Decline politely, then get back to work. Make this your private checklist when doubt hits. Have I done my one hard thing today? Did I keep my word to myself? Am I moving in the direction of my values? Did I learn one thing? Improve one metric by 1%? If the answers are yes, you're on track, even if the scoreboard hasn't changed yet. Don't postpone joy until the finish line. Learn to enjoy the grind, the sharpening, the stretching, the next small win. You won't get this chapter twice. Be present inside your pursuit. Here's a myth to delete. When I feel ready, I'll start. Reality, you start, then you feel ready. Action builds readiness. Action builds belief. Action builds results. Waiting for confidence is a trap. Confidence arrives after the rep. Your environment matters, your inputs matter, your circle matters. Curate them with care. Choose content that fuels purpose. Choose people who elevate your standard. Choose places that remind you who you're becoming. When your old identity pulls at your heels, answer with behavior, not debate. Do the next right thing. Do it again. Identity shifts under the weight of repeated action. Your brain believes what you prove. And remember, excellence is seldom loud. It's quiet eye contact with the mirror at 5 a.m. It's saying no to what doesn't align. It's doing the basics beautifully. It's correcting, not complaining. It's learning without needing credit. It's finishing.
We can't talk about success without talking about responsibility one more time. You can wake up tomorrow and attach your lack to circumstances, the market, the boss, the algorithm, or you can attach it to your choices. The first option gives you comfort and no power. The second option gives you discomfort and all the power. Choose power. Choose ownership. Make a declaration. Say it with your chest. This is what I stand for. I stand for health, for peace of mind, for meaningful work, for showing up. I will do the unglamorous reps. I will stop negotiating with my excuses. I will be intentional on Monday, Wednesday, and every day in between. I will act whether I feel like it or not. I will be a builder of my own life. Don't sit in the ashes narrating the fire. Get a bucket, get a plan, get moving. Ask less, who did this to me, and more, what can I do now? You are not a volunteer victim unless you volunteer. Where there is a will, there is a way. That's not a slogan, it's a strategy. Will shows up as decisions. Getting up when you'd rather sleep, staying late when you'd rather scroll, asking for feedback when you'd rather defend, doing it again when you'd rather quit. That will bends reality. If you're still breathing, you have room to grow. If your heart is still beating, you have room to begin again. You are not done. You are developing. The story is not over. This page is not the last one. Here's how to finish strong. Keep things simple. Do what works and do it well. Be patient with results, but uncompromising with effort. Seek challenge. That's where your next level lives. Stay humble. Learn from everyone. Stay hungry. Do not let comfort domesticate your ambition. The truth is, you don't need another secret. You need another rep, another page, another call, another day of honoring your plan. Master the monotonous and the extraordinary appears. You may wonder, when will I finally feel unstoppable? It doesn't arrive in a single thunderclap. It comes in whispers, the morning you wake without snoozing, the evening you close the loop on your commitments, the week you stack 7 days of solid effort, the month you look back and see a different person in your routines. That's when it hits you. I can trust me. That's the real win. Now, draw a line. Enough waiting, enough explaining, enough almost. Craft your next hour with intention. That hour becomes a day. The days become a streak. The streak becomes a standard. The standard becomes your new normal. And when you inevitably face another storm, because life will send another, remember, you are not being buried, you're being planted. The soil is dark, the weight is heavy, but you're designed to rise, push, break the ground, reach for light, grow. This is not how your story ends.
Repeat this to yourself when the world gets loud. I am built for pressure. I am forged by repetition. I am guided by discipline. I am anchored in consistency. I am fueled by grit. I am driven by purpose. I am unbroken by setbacks. I rise. If you've read this far, there's a reason. Something inside you wants the next level. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. Honor that voice. Back it with action. This is your permission slip and your responsibility to begin. Before you go, a quick word for the tribe. This journey we're on, it doesn't end at a finish line. It upgrades with every deliberate choice. If this message locked in with you and you want more fuel for the climb, you're in the right garage. Final Gear is where we shift purpose into performance. Tap subscribe, hit like, and share this with someone you refuse to leave behind. Let's build a community of relentless doers who turn intention into impact together. One-line closer: stand tall, choose the hard path, and keep moving forward until the future bows to your effort, because you are and will remain unstoppable.